So I was teaching MER this weekend, mental and emotional release, and I was teaching the anxiety model. Now, this model, a very simple model, and it's for a very specific anxiety: public speaking, a job interview. And what the model asks you to do is to float above your life and above your timeline, and to float to 15 minutes after the successful completion of the event. And when someone does that and they look back and you say, "Is anxiety gone?" And oftentimes they'll say no. And then you'll prompt them by saying, "Are you imagining the successful completion of the event?" Because if they were, there would be no anxiety. And then they take a moment and they really get into what would be like if it went well after the fact, 15 minutes after the fact. And then they look back to now and say, "Yeah, you're right, the anxiety is gone." But I started thinking about how profound that is, which is when we attempt to do something like that, anything in life, we're unaware of the fact that we're not even projecting the end result of what we want and feeling good, and then using feedback and discomfort and overcoming challenges to get there. Where actually what we're doing is the opposite, where we normally project a negative pattern that we don't know we're projecting, and then we work really hard to overcome it. And then if that public speaking goes well, if the job interview goes well, there's a release as if the problem went away, as opposed to this feeling of already having the end result and learning how to get there. And it reminds me of the law of attraction, and it reminds me of how often we're unaware of the fact that we're not even projecting what we want, and then using feedback and overcoming challenges to get there. We're often projecting things we can't accept, work hard to overcome them, and then when they go well, there's a release. It's like projecting zombies, shooting them all and then feeling comfortable and thinking that's success. Hope that helps, but I would consider, anytime you think about a desired outcome, float to the end of the outcome. Feel the desired outcome first. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means that you're orienting your brain to the feedback loop of creating something you want as opposed to avoiding something you don't want. Hope that helps.